It's a song. Every bell cries out to be around. Every dawn wanna wag its tail. Life ain't nothing but a pilgrim trail. Every message needs a dove, and everything grows with a drop of love. We're all hanging on tooth and nail. It's a rocky road, this pilgrim trail. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Sometimes heaven, sometimes hell. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Let's meet up down the pilgrim trail. For a sail, like every campfire needs a tale. We're on this freight train going down the rail. Together on this pilgrim trail. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Sometimes heaven, sometimes hell. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Where everything is up for sale. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Let's meet up down a pilgrim trail. Return, baby, on the summer night. The shine of love and the spark of laughter breathe. The stars align and the month times night burn like a dried out leaf. Are we leaving on the next train, baby? I do believe. Come on, let's ride this train. Come on. I don't hear it in my song. I'm gonna pull my weight, don't get me wrong. Brand new start and a whole new part. They are big old shoes to fill. I'll be there on that platform, babe. You know I will. Come on, let's ride this train. Come on, let's ride this train. Nothing is this rush of life. You'll never find its match. So you live to be a million years. All hearts are lost by default in the time of a single beat. We're leaving on the next train, babe. So take your seat. All right.
All right, let's ride this train. Welcome to the Monday Night Live Stream. I'm Tom Kovichak, and this is Tom's Trains and Things, like it says right there. Hello, everybody. I see y'all made it over from Nate's live stream. Welcome aboard. I see Rodney here. Rodney said he wasn't blue, so I just made him blue. So he got one of those little blue wrenches. How you doing, Art? How you doing, Rob? Sparky? Debbie finally showed up. She was watching some videos in the other room. Set up BCR. Hello from Canada. How you doing? That's the first time I've seen you here. Welcome aboard. All right. Who else we got here? We got William here. We got, who else? Sean McGee. We got James, Southern 207. Art. We got Evan Spivak. How you doing, Evan? Glad to see you can make it back here. We got Dave's Trains and Dave Z to G. Who else we got here? New Ferris Railroad. How you doing, William? Did I miss anybody here? Who else we got? Eugene, UPCP Rail. Welcome aboard, Eugene. He's a new member. He just joined this week. And we got another new member. Not really a new member. He quit for a while and then came back. And he changed his name, Frank McQuillam. So he's now, who is he? Steeler fan, 820. And who else we got? We got, we got another one, Ernie Larman. He just upgraded to, your thing turned yellow. Okay, that's because it's another month. He just upgraded to superintendent from the train crew. So I want to thank you very much for upgrading, you two, and for the new members. So who else we got? Frederick Strauss. How you doing? Troy Simpson. Okay. Cabana Bob Schlemon Jr. How you doing? I haven't seen you here before. Almar. Okay, so Joe Rader, how you doing? Glad to see you all here. I had something in the queue over here before. Let me see. And Rodney says tonight's show is on Drainos. Like Debbie says, are you going to do something on Drainos? Our Drainos, okay. And Art says that's what happens when you look under things. I seem to find Arduinos there. But anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about Arduino and what I found in the past couple of months. I bought a few things, and I'm going to show you at least one of them tonight because I just hooked it up and I'm trying to figure it out. It's one of these little things right here, and it senses amperage. And what can we use that for? Here's another one right here that I haven't figured out yet. I haven't found enough information on it, but it's about the same thing, but it's a different chip on there. This is a 471 chip on here, but the only thing with that, you need 3 terminals on it to get it to work, and I haven't figured out how to do that. But this one is the ASC 712, which I'm going to show you a little bit about tonight and what I found with it and some additional information that I found with it. But before we get to that, I want to thank everybody who has been contributing to this channel. So here we go. can show your support and become a member by smashing that join button. And I want to thank these people here also for their super chats and super stickers. All right. Thank you all very much for your support. I really appreciate it. Now, who else do we have in here? I seen John 2618. How you doing? Schuylkill River, John, and Humanity Junction. How you doing, Heath? Who else did we come in here? CDP Chuck and Randy RDNT. Okay, so I think I got everybody now. So anyway, we got that out of the way. So we're going to talk a little bit about this thing here. Now, a lot of times when you find things online and you want to try it out, there isn't a lot of information online about it, especially on these little things here. This is I just found out today that this has probably been around for about 5 years already. And I just found it, in the past couple of months and ordered a few of those. And same one with this. And I just found out that they're discontinuing the chip on this. So this is going to be obsolete pretty soon. So I'm not even going to worry about that. But I got it all hooked up over here, right there on this stuff over here. So as soon as I set this thing up, we're going to start taking a look at that. So let me turn on the Digitrack stuff here. I got that on. And I got the power on. All right, the power is on. And the next thing I got to do is plug in the Arduino. Okay, we got that thing plugged in. And the thing that this thing does is it senses the amperage on the track, the way that I have it hooked up. And let me show you how I have it hooked up here. And let me see if I could find this thing here. Okay, so I got a half screen of the track and a half screen of the Arduino and the serial monitor. Mason Fox says he's wearing his train engineer's hat. All right, good deal, Mason. CSXGEET44AC, how you doing? That's the first time I've seen you here. So, yeah, the Dorito. You noticed that, huh? The Dorito bag has shrunk. Yes, it has. Okay. So we got a new person here. He says, hi, where are you from? And let me see. What scale do you operate in? And Mason Fox, where are you from and what scale are you in? So everybody knows what's going on here. So anyway, I got the thing hooked up over here, and let me show you what I did here. This is just a temporary track. That right there. And I got the sensor hooked up as if it was the feed wires. So if you take one feed wire and hook it up to your track and take the other feed wire and cut it in half and then hook each one of those wires into the sensor, that's basically what I did there. So, and that is right, and that is right there. Okay, so what I did was I took a wire off of here for my feed on the one side, and on the other side it's out of the screen, but we have it hooked up on the other side, and both of those wires are hooked up to this sensor. Okay, Mason says, I'm from Iowa. I don't have a railroad set, but I do have a Latrax Telca remote control battery. Okay, I've got to fix it though. It broke on me. Okay, so stuff like that happens. Okay, so anyway, let's get the locomotive on over there. Let's see if we can get it going. I got my little switcher over here. Here it comes. It's going to come in the screen pretty soon. And you can see the numbers on the serial monitor. It ranges anywhere between about 35 and 42. But as soon as the locomotive gets into the circuit and the circuit starts, right there, I have an insulated joint right there. Hey, Maddie, how you doing? Glad to see you could make it. Tell your mother Happy Mother's Day. All right, so we're getting on the circuit right now, and you can see that the numbers start to go up. So what does that mean? So we got to figure out a way to get that thing going so we could turn on some detection. And I got a bad spot right there. I thought I cleaned that with alcohol. Eating s'mores. Oh my goodness. Good deal. You still got some Girl Scout cookies, or you made them yourself? Okay. So as this thing is on the circuit, you can see the numbers are up high. They change. So what I got to do is figure out a way to get that to turn on some indication. And it'll take a while, but after a while, I figured it out. I found something where somebody already did something on here about 4 years ago. Now you can see that the numbers went back down, but you got a lot of different numbers on there because it keeps on monitoring it, and I got it set for every second to show up on the serial monitor. And we'll bring it back again. We'll bring it back a little bit faster here. Okay, so we're back on the circuit now, and you can see the numbers start going back up again. And as we go off of it, they're going to go back down again. So what does that mean? Well, let me tell you what that means. How you doing, Nate? Not Samoa's. We're roasting s'mores by the fire. Oh, s'mores. Okay, s'mores. Okay, good deal. Okay, I like to get my train layout. Can't find one cheap anywhere. You know, any stores or websites I can go to find me a train layout that's cheap and not expensive. Let me put this up on here. Any help? Okay, you're from Iowa, right? I'm not too familiar with Iowa, but if things start to open up, you could go to a train show and get something really cheap. All right, Nate. Good deal. I'm good. All right, but anyway, in Iowa, if you got a hobby shop anywhere near there, sometimes they'll have some stuff that is cheap, like the hobby shop that we have here in Fort Myers. They used to, since they changed ownership, they used to have an owl that had a lot of used equipment on there where they sold stuff. Black Mountain, how you doing? Good to see you here. All right. So you could try that out. Hobby Stops. I don't like to mention eBay, but you know, I won't mention it because you never know what you could find on eBay. Sometimes, you could find some good deals, but then a lot of times you get burnt on stuff. Yeah. Hot Rod Ronnie says consignment areas. I found a lot of stuff in thrift stores in this area. In fact, a couple of years ago, let me see, about 4 or 5 years ago, Debbie called me up and says, "Hey, there's a bunch of railroad stuff at this thrift store that I just found." And I said, "Nah, you can't be right." She said, "You got to come up here." So I went up there and somebody unloaded their whole layout, everything, all their locomotives, rolling stock, uh, buildings, electronics, everything they had. I guess the guy passed away and his wife just unloaded it. Hello, Grandpa Rails. How you doing? Glad you can make it. All right, you're off work already. All right. I live on eBay, says Rob. Okay. Maddie Holy Land, how you doing? Glad to see ya. Haven't seen you here before, so welcome aboard. Okay. I have not touched eBay in over 5 years. That's like the dark side of the web. The only time there's only a couple of vendors on eBay that I buy some electronic stuff from, and they have a warehouse in Georgia, and that's the only reason I get it from them, because I know they got the stuff there, and I could get it within a couple of days. I don't have to wait for a slow boat from China to get it. But anyway, thrift stores, hobby shops, anywhere that you could find it. Antique stores. Okay. David, Z to G scale says antique stores, flea markets, train shows. There you go. Okay. Maddie Holyland. DayPaul UK have bought out a water tower with working action and talking too. All right. Good deal. DayPaul UK. What was the website? Hobby stock. I don't know. Did somebody say something down here? Okay. Come on, some of those Doritos, Tom. No, those Doritos are for me. And when we went to the grocery store the other day, I had to buy another bag because this one's getting down there. You could see I just had a little bit tonight. Okay. Okay, got into your, let me see if we pull this up. Got into your vids because of the info about lighting. Great videos, but thank you very much. I'm glad you like it. That's what we're here for. That's what I put the videos out. So, whatever I know, I teach everybody else so they could do the same thing. Okay, I was able to get a W&OV short line with Rock Island paint scheme for $25 off of eBay. Wow, that's a good deal. I hope it worked. And one thing that I did forget, every once in a while, Hobby Lobby will put their train sets on sale. Normally, they're about $100, $129, but one time right before they were getting ready to clear the shelves for Christmas, I seen one on there for $39. So if you can wait around, you could try there at Hobby Lobbies. eBay has got me into the doghouse plenty of times. Can't hide any more boxes from the wife. There you go. Oh my goodness. Ooh, can't hide them boxes. All right. anyone done a good tutorial on fixing kinks out of flex track joints in HO? What kind of issues are you having in the flex track? What I usually do is when I'm doing flex track is before I fasten them down, I solder the joints together when it's straight, and then I turn it, and that'll relieve all the kinks in it. You won't get the kink in the joint. I don't know if that helps, but that's what I do on it. I know a few other people do the same thing. Anybody? Kinks at joints. Okay, yeah. That's what I do is I usually solder it when it's still straight, and then once I get the soldered on there, then I'll make the turn in there, and you got a nice straight joint. You don't have any kinks in it. But if you already have a kink in it, what I normally do is just try to take it apart and work with it and straighten it out and solder it and try to put it back in. But that usually helps it out. Let me turn the power off on this thing over here because that locomotive is still making noise over there. Boom. Okay. We got that off. Turn off Digitrax. And a lot of my other locomotive, when I was doing my video on the over here on the other stuff, had I didn't have it on screen, but that's all you could hear over top of the switcher was my GP9 that was even further away from the microphone, but it is so loud. I got to put that back on and get that going. But anyway, what I wanted to show you is over here, this is what I was working on my last couple of videos. I did the hand throw right there with the Caboose Industries hand throw that has the 3 terminals on it so you could power your frog. And the one back here, way back there, is the Tour to Switch machine that I put the wires on the turnout to get my frog electrified. And this track right here, this is my program track, and I just put the feeder wire in there for the program track. And if you look back here, where is this thing? I just got these today. My number 4 right-hand turnouts. One of them's going downstairs on the module cam. And let me get my light on so I could show you the module cam here. Let's not forget that. Everything Trains 13, how you doing? Glad you can make it. I'm not sure. I think I saw you here last week. Okay. Art, what brand of track? So, a mix of Atlas and Pico, and I got the same thing. I got a lot of Atlas flex track. I got a lot of Pico flex track, and I got a lot of off-brand flex track. At one time, the I think it was about 6 or 7 years ago, the factory in China burnt down that was making all the flex tracks. So I got some off-brand. It was called GT. It was out of Italy, and it's real stiff. Yeah, it's this stuff right here. And this doesn't spring back, and it's real hard to work with. But it worked. I had to buy about 10, 15 pieces of it when I was building my layout. But I got some of that on there too. But any kind of track will work. Okay, so How many sketches can you have on an Arduino Mega? It doesn't matter which Arduino you can have. You could only have one sketch on it at a time. Uh, if you have put more than one sketch on it, it's going to give you a fault because you can only read one sketch, one program at a time. Okay. With Atlas, only one rail slides. With Pico, both rails can move so it holds its shape. There you go. Everything trained. Is it better to solder your turns or just connect them the regular way? Well, I just got finished telling, uh, who did I tell? Black Mountain. Okay. Yeah. I just told him that, it's better to solder them, especially on the flex track, to solder them on it. If you got the regular, like the Atlas curved track, then you can just put them on regularly because you shouldn't have any problem with it. Reagan, there. I was trying to think of his name, Reagan. There you go. Okay, so whoops, I clicked on the wrong one. Okay. It keeps moving. Yeah. Okay. I get the mechanics or just kinks on some of the joints. Okay, there you go. Okay. Train of thought left, Tom. Yep. Here we go. I got to get this out of here. Here we go. My train of thought has left the station. Let me put this over here where it's nice and handy so I could find it when I remember what I'm doing. But anyway, what I wanted to tell you, oh yeah, the module cam. I got sidetracked. So there's the module cam. Okay, as soon as I get finished with this stuff over here, I got a couple of more, maybe about another week's worth of work over here on this part right here. And then I'll start working on the module and I'll start laying the road bed and the track down and get going on that thing. It's been a while since I've done anything on there. Oh, is there a way to control Bachmann switches with DCC instead of slide switches? Yes, there is. In fact, I don't know if you can see it right here. I got right behind that tortoise switch machine is a DS64. If you got Digitrax, you could use a DS64. There's a lot of other things. You could even do them with push buttons if you got Arduino. Did somebody mention Arduino? Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that, Frank. Yeah, you could do that if you got a tortoise switch machine. I don't know what you're using for the point motor. Okay, here's Sparky's answer right here. Take 2 pieces of flex track, two ties from each one, solder straight when doing a bend curve. Start from the solder joint and work outward, cut to fit. There you go. That's what I said. All right. Auto racks are long cars. So when one end goes down, the other end goes up, causes to uncouple. Okay, that was answering the question. Okay, Bit Jaguar 26381. How you doing? Let me see if we can get you up here. Glad you could stop by. Haven't seen you here for a while, or I haven't seen you here at all. So where are you from and what scale are you working in so we can all know what's going on with what you're doing? Glad to see new people here. What if curve is 4 pieces of track? Are you still talking about flex track? Or, okay, like in 26-inch radius, you're talking about the manufactured 26-inch radius tracks. If you're having a kink in that, then you have an issue there. You've got to try putting them back together. Let me see. Maybe you're just trying to put them in too tight. You just move them out. A lot of times when I was doing stuff, I was trying to make my track flex track, even though it wasn't flex track, but that doesn't work. Okay, yes, flex. So 4 pieces of flex track, 2 pieces at a time, just repeat. Yeah, as many as you got, just keep them straight, solder them together, and then turn them. And then go down to the next one, keep that one straight, hook them up, solder them, and then turn them. Doesn't matter how many you have. That's what I've done on my entire layout. Hard to explain. Okay. All right. Well, if we get close to it, then let us know. Okay. Dwight says, I already been there and done the kink before. Okay, one other thing that I wanted to mention about this thing. We got off track a little bit here, and I got a little bit ahead of schedule, but on this thing right here, when I was doing research on it, I couldn't find a lot of information on this because I was looking up the ASC 712, and even though this has been out for a while, there wasn't a lot of information on it. So I finally found a library for it, and that's what I used on here on this. But I looked up occupancy detection with Arduino on YouTube, and I only found about 10 videos. And one of the videos that I found, and let me bring this up here, was from, let me find this guy. I don't know if any of you, I think I've seen one person comment on his video so far. Let me see, bring this up. Rob the N Scaler. Now, he's only got 7 videos, and let me pull up his video page. And he does everything in Arduino. And most of his stuff goes back 5 years. The last video he did was an update on his layout. He's got a 2-layered layout. He's only got the lower level done, and he's got his helix in, but he's got everything finished on that, and that's what his last video was about. But he's got a turntable. He's got 2 videos on the occupancy detection, and this is what I looked at today. I just found this a couple of hours ago when I looked on YouTube search and found the videos on there when I was looking up occupancy detection with Arduino. And most of the videos on there were really crappy. And I'm going to talk about some of those videos later on, because, you run into these videos where they don't say anything. They just play some music and show some video on and stuff. But I'll get into that a little bit later. But Rob the N Scaler, if you see, let me put up his link. But anyway, go take a look at what he has, because he has a lot of good stuff on there. And He needs more than 194 subscribers for all the stuff that he does. And if you take a look at his videos, you'll see what I mean about that. But let's put this up here. And Elva Clifton, welcome to the train crew. Okay, good deal. Let me see if I can get this up here. It doesn't show up on my thing, so okay. Okay. Elvin. Well, I can't put it up on the thing, but let me put this up here. Alrighty, thank you very much, Elva Clifton. We got a new member to the train crew. I wish I could put that up on the lower third right here, but for some reason that doesn't show up. But I saw while I was talking, I saw this up here. Can you help me with getting started with Arduino? I want to control Pico turnouts with tortoise machines. I model in HO. I am from Florida. Well, good deal. I'm glad you asked because I got a video on the tortoise machines. I got several videos on the tortoise, and I got a video on doing it with Arduino. And it's very easy. It's with the PCA 6. Don't ask me the number on it because my train of thought has left the station, but it's one of those numbers, PCA 6850 something, that is an I2C device where you could operate 16 servos on there. But anyway, you could also do it with, and I just did a video the other day on the tortoise switch machine right here. But it wasn't with Arduino. It was with Digitrax. But I could help you out with it. Send me an email, tomstrainsandthings@gmail.com, and ask me some questions about it. Or let me have some more information on what you want to find out, and I'll give you a hand with it. And that's what I'm here for. And another one. Anyone know how to repair Buckman Powerhouse 9284 stitch module? I kicked over the flag post and can't figure out to repair it. I'm not sure what Buckman Powerhouse 9284 stitch module is, but does anybody else know what that is? And they can help you out. Grandpa Rails, thank you for the sticker. Okay, we got to do a sticker thing here for Grandpa Rails. All right, thanks a lot, John. I really appreciate it. Okay, so we got some sticker stuff and we got some other stuff. So if you would like to, let me put this thing up here. All right, don't forget you could hit that like button. You could hit that all them other buttons, the super chat, super stickers, and everything else that was in that little video right there. How you doing, Vinny? Glad you can make it. Andreas Holden. Okay, Elva, what part of Florida are you from? I don't know if you said it in here, but let me see if I could find it here. You know, it didn't say there, but I live in Southwest Florida, so how do you make the layout with little spaces? Andreas Holden. Okay. Let me get this up here. Okay. HO's. Okay. Andreas says he's doing HO scale, 15 by 8. Okay. Let me go back here a little bit. Boom. Oops. How do you make a layout with little space? I'm glad you asked. It doesn't take a lot of space to make a layout. You could do a shelf layout. If you take a look at John 26:18, he's got a small shelf layout on his in his apartment, and it's really small. So it doesn't take a lot of room to do a small shelf layout. Okay, David, no problem. But I'd like to be up in the mountains too. That's a good problem to have. Okay. Sparky still thinks it's morning. I don't know what's going on with it. Did you just wake up? Okay. Yeah, I think all of us have sausage fingers. I hit the wrong buttons all the time. There you go. Nate has a good answer right there. Check out the track planning database. And I got a couple of videos on track planning where I show some small shelf layouts on there. But anyway, let me see if I could bring up. Hey, Charles Greason, how you doing? Haven't seen you here before. Okay, glad you could stop by. Let me see if I could bring up John's. Let me see, where's it at? Take a look. He's got a really nice layout. I'll pull up his site here. Subscriptions. Okay, where are we at here? Show more. Go down to J's. You know, I wish there was an easier way to find your people you subscribe to. GHIJJO 2618. Here we go. Okay, so go take a look at this channel right here. He did a couple of videos on his of his apartment on his shelf layout. Yeah, there you go. Okay. I put it up and Sparky put it up. Okay. All right. So this old guy. Oh, you did it all. Okay. Now I'm looking up in the chat and I seen it up there. I didn't see that before. Do you have track planning for dummies? Is there one for track planning for dummies? Okay. Here we go. Who's partial to Cheetos here? Yeah. Okay. I was looking for. There you go. That's what I need. Everything works on paper until you put it in the real world. That's what I do. I put it on paper and try to figure it out, laying it out, and I just change everything out. Sparky likes stale Cheetos. Oh my goodness. They just make your fingers yellow, just like the Doritos do. Doritos turn your oh, and you know what really turns your fingers? The white popcorn. It just gets all over your fingers when you eat that stuff. Fritos rock. Okay. Whew. How do we get on snacks over here? I'm going to have to start eating some Doritos. Okay, so Chuck said, do you have track planning for dummies? I was trying to find this over here, but I can't find it to put it up on the lower third there. But I said it anyway. But I didn't know that there was a video or a book about that. Humanity's doing a little ground cover application tonight. All right. I end up redoing everything and have a heck of a time putting it on paper or the PC. And I love Cheetos. There you go. I'm a Dorito person myself, but yeah, whatever I put on paper, it looks good on paper. I even tried to put it on software, and I did that with a couple of different softwares, and it never works out because once I actually put it down, then everything goes, all those ideas go out because it just doesn't look right. It doesn't fit the same way it does on a paper, which you think it works out good on paper, doesn't work out good in real life. So it just redo it over again. So Humanity, another option for small layouts would be build modular like Humanity's doing. He's doing some T-track. He's got some nice little T-track for his apartment. Okay, so we got a few apartment dwellers here to have some small layouts, so you could take some hints from him. You could see what he did. He just did a video this past week on his T-track. So go take a look at Humanity also. Okay, Dave found his problem. Had to be a tiny obstruction in the gear towers. Okay, good deal. All right. My brother works in space and defense, so I always put him by him. I always put him by him. At the worst, I'll blow up my from room. Okay. Whatever that means. And PDRR Art says, congratulations. Glad you found it. That's what happens to me. It sure looks good on the paper. It always looks good on the paper, but once you get it down on a piece of plywood and on a foam board, it just doesn't it doesn't look good. You got to redo it. You got to go back to the drawing board, go back to the layout board and work on it on the layout because it works better like that. So let's get back to my list here. I got all this. Okay, I did all that right there. I did that right there. Okay. So, is everything opening up in your area? We noticed when we went out earlier, let me see. Was it last week? Yeah, last week. They started opening the restaurants. So the shopping center right in the front of us right here, they got a Pelican Larry's that's open now. They got pizza, New York pizza and pasta that's open. They got a tropical smoothie that's open. The Culver's that just was only doing carry out or drive through. We've seen people sitting on the picnic benches outside. So they got, I'm assuming that they got their dining room open. And the beach in Naples, they closed it over the weekend because nobody was social distancing and it was so crowded that they couldn't control anything. So Sunday, they closed it back up, and today the city council was going to have a meeting to try to figure out what they're going to do about it. So it was open, and everybody went to the beach. I don't blame them. If I was a beach person, I'd be going to the beach also. Okay. Sprinkler Pepper, how you doing? Glad to see you here. Haven't seen you here before. Looking forward to get a new controller to fill more capacity for my trains and to fit in with the current features that each of my trains have. Are you doing DC or DCC? You do HO or N scale? Give us a little bit more information. But and we could give you a little bit more information on that. Opening here in Arizona too. All right. That's what I like to see. I can't wait to go down to Miller Air House, Miller Ale House, and sit down and have a nice lunch. But Debbie doesn't want to go into any restaurants now, so I'm just going to have to wait. So Dave says, one little speck can sure mess things up. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, Rob said the police cannot enforce those rules if anybody ignores them. Way too many people and no room to hold numbers at that magnitude. That's for sure. I mean, and I guess there were so many people down at the beach that they decided to close the beach back up and try to figure out how they're going to control everything. DCC, okay. DCC and HO scale, okay. So what kind of controller do you have right now? Do you have Digitrax? Do you have NCE or what else? Most of them, let me see. If it's Digitrax, the Zephyr, I think, is 3 amps. The rest of them are 5 amps, and they got 8 amp ones, and then you could always put a booster on them. So if you're looking to expand for more capacity, you could always put a booster on whatever you have. Okay. First restaurants are opening. He's okay. Where was that? Okay. He's an engineer, so learn his skills with a soldering iron. That is good to learn soldering. Okay. Arkansas opened restaurants for dine-in at 33% capacity. I don't know what the rule is here, but I imagine that they have a limited capacity. I'm not sure what it is. Looking forward to getting NCE. Where's Rick Bailey when you need him? He's got NCE. Who else has NCE in here? I don't have NCE. Glad I don't live in Pennsylvania anymore. I got Digitrax, so. But NCE, I think that's 5 amps. That's a good place to start. I'm not sure what you could add with the NCE. If you could put a booster with it, I'm pretty sure you can, but see if anybody else has an answer for that. Okay, Wolf in Pennsylvania. Yep. Being in the epicenter of this thing, it's really wild to see places opening already. Yeah, I'm surprised that they would be opening up stuff in New York City. Where we're at, even though Florida has a larger population and more senior citizens than New York, they have less incidents in the state of Florida. There you go. Can't get over the border. Okay. Where did I see that? Train Freak 86 says, yeah, I use an NCE Pro Cab. Okay. But my mouth isn't working that well. Okay. Probably every other table. That's what I was thinking. All right. Steeler fan just found this and bought a DigiKeys DR 401816 channel switch decoder. Works with all DCC brands, $47.99. Thank you very much, Frank, for the super chat. Here we go. I always have problem with that name, DigiKids. Keijs. DigiKids. Why don't they, how do you say that? DigiKeys? That's an easier way to say it. DR 401816 channel switch decoder. All right, tell us about it. See how that is. Tell us what, when you get it going, tell us how it's working out for you. Okay, Humanity says he has the DR 5000 and a DR 4088 for block detection. Okay, I'm going to have to look into that stuff. I'm hearing a lot about that. Okay, so. All right. Yes, Tom, that's why we're moving to Colorado. That and the granddaughter. Okay, I got a grandson in Colorado in Denver, but I don't like the altitude. I don't know if it was my heart, because we went up to Loveland Pass. It's 11,000 feet or something like that, and my daughter took me up the little steps going up a little bit higher to the overlook, and on the way back down, I got out of breath, and I thought it was just the elevation, but when I got back home, I found out that I needed another stent in my heart. So it was one of my arteries that was blocked where I couldn't breathe. Okay. Nate says, North Coast Engineering, a DCC system, decoder, and accessory manufacturer. And Humanity says, it's great system if you like scripting. Okay. All right. That means you could program the thing to do what you want to do. Okay. Will do. There's a YouTube video from a hobby shop. There's a YouTube video for everything. Well, almost everything. But anyway. Okay. Looks best for the money. There you go. I'm going to have to look into that and see what they got. If I could ever spell it. My goodness. Let's see if we can pull this up here. DIGIK. How do you spell that? Creative Rails uses that. Okay. How do you spell that? Okay. DIGIKEI. DIGIKEIJ. DigiKeys. Okay. Did you mean DigiKeys? Yes. Did I mean that? Okay. I'm getting a bunch of Chinese stuff on it. Oh, here we go. Maybe I spelled it wrong. Okay, now I got the right spelling here. Okay, I got the website up here. So I'll keep that up there. Keep that for later and look that up. And there is the link to it if anybody else wants to look it up. Okay, so anyway. Well, Dave, I'm glad you finally got your locomotive working. 3 days is a long time. Planet Hobby, Iron Planet Hobbies, they're the distributor. If I buy anything new, it will be the DR5000. Okay, so he never left. Okay. Wrong button, Tom. Okay. Did I hit the wrong button? Okay. I'm never here, huh? Or I'm always hitting the wrong button. That's them sausage fingers right here. But anyway, yeah. I was wondering what time it was. It's 9 o'clock and I still got a rant. Where's my rant thing, huh? Okay, I got to do a rant. Yeah, it's rant time. I had to put a little jingle with that rant right there. But anyway, it's time for the rant. Now, I get a lot of questions on my email, and I got this one particular email. This guy was asking me, and this was some time ago. This was a couple of months ago, and he was asking me about a video that I did. I was showing like 3 different ways to do a flashing circuit, with transistors and capacitors and a 555 timer. And he complimented me on it and asked me a few questions, and I didn't hear from him for a while. And then, about a month later, he starts complaining about stuff that he can't get it to work. And, he's burning up all kind of LEDs, and I should be doing this and I should be doing that. And he says his son is an electrical engineer, and he says I should have did something else with it and put a different capacitors in there. And, he just kept on going, sending me nasty emails. And he just kept on going and going with these nasty, and he can't get it to work. And he says, and I says, well, I got a video of, how to hook it up to put a rectifier in there so you could, so you wouldn't have any problems with that. And, he says, okay, well, why didn't you put that in the video? And I said, well, because that wasn't the video. The video was about 3 different ways of doing a signal. But I have another video on that. And he kept on complaining about, I kept on sending him to other videos and stuff like that. And he says, you never answered my question. I says, well, you didn't ask me a question. I mean, all you did was keep on complaining. I says, quit wasting my time, complaining about stuff. If you want to know something, ask a question. And he said, well, I asked the question, about doing a signal. And I says, yeah, you did. And I gave you an answer to go take a look at this video. And he says, well, I don't want to keep looking at videos. I want you to keep giving me answers on here. And I says, just quit wasting my time. And then he sent me a real nasty email after that, calling me all kind of names. But that's my rant, and I'm going to leave it at that. Rant over. Okay, so. But anyway, I get a lot of emails, and I get, most of them are nice. But every once in a while, you get some people that are just angry at life, and they're mad at the world. But anyway, rant on rant. Yeah, Tom don't share. That's for sure. Those Doritos are mine. So anyway, if you would like to Turn that thumb blue. Can you come and build my layout? I don't know. Like I told Mark, he wanted me to install some turnouts for him or some tour-to-switch machines. I said, I'll do a switch machine for $10 plus expenses. So whatever it costs to come up to your place, and but he's in Canada, so that would be a very expensive turnout to put in there. But I don't know. I'm having trouble doing my own because it's so hard to get underneath there. That was just a little rant, you know. I don't do rants like Vinny or Sparky. I don't get really mad, but I can't get mad at these people because, I just say, what the hell? Okay, what does Sprinkler Pepper have to say? Something from the mail 3 months back. The railroad depot in Boston is offering pre-orders for the very new F40 PH3C MBTA Thunderbolt scheme. Looking forward to getting it this late fall. Man, that's a long time to wait. Yeah. That's why I hate to put in orders where you have to wait such a long time because I forget what I ordered. Yeah, forgot the thumbs. Don't forget. Do that thumb. Okay, like this. All right, hit that thumb. Hit that thumb, make it blue. Hit it with a sledgehammer and make it blue. And hit that super chat, super stickers, all that good stuff. And Chuck is in Oregon, so that's a long way to go. But expenses. Here we go. That's a better one there. Come over in a dinghy, provided, man, that would be cool. I even provide a fish and chip supper when you get into port. There you go. All right. Good deal. Okay. We got us a super sticker from Chuck. Here we go. Thank you very much, Chuck. And Rob says that would make it black and blue, but hit it gently. Don't smash it that hard with the thing up. But anyway, thumbs up, make that thumb blue. Not black and blue, but blue. There you go, my first down payment. There you go. All right, good deal. Thumbs up. Sorry, forgot. There you go. All right. So we're gonna make this official. We're gonna All right, we're going to wrap this up, and let me put this up here. Pre-order and back orders. Still waiting on my 4884 Big Boy. And I watched a video this weekend, and it was the 1-year anniversary of the Big Boy making its trip across Utah and wherever else it went, between Ogden and wherever it went. But that was the 150th anniversary of the Golden Spike, and that was this weekend. This weekend was the 151st anniversary of the Golden Spike ceremony that happened on May 9th, 1869. So, good night, Nate. It is over. It's not over until it's over. So, it's almost over, though, but we still got some time here. Let's turn this down low. But anyway, we're going to end this thing up. that is just to let you know that we're winding this thing down, and we're going to let everybody know that we'll be on next Monday. And since today is the 11th, today's the 11th? Yeah. So next Monday will be the 18th. So we'll have another show on the 18th. And not sure what we're going to talk about then, but we'll figure out something. So Grandpa Rail says, later, Vinny, see you soon. So here we go. Rodney says, I want a big boy. Hint, hit, Sparky. And Sparky says, I don't have a DC one, Rodney. Okay. Chuck says, night toms and all. Okay. Mason Fox says he sent me an email. Okay. I'll take a look at it when this thing is over here. But anyway, Matty Holy Land, nice chat to my American brothers. Keep safe, stay on track. We will. We'll try. We always try. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for stopping by. We'll see you again next Monday. Let me crank this thing up here so we could listen to this on our way out. If you want to say something to everybody else, go ahead and say something. Go ahead and check out those people that I put the links up there for. John 26:18, Rob, the N scale guy, and who else did I put? Go check out Humanity. He's got nice T-track stuff. Check out his channel also. The winner of Nathan DeLay's contest that was on my last live stream will be announced this Wednesday night. All right. Don't forget to go see Sparky's live stream on Wednesday. And tomorrow we got On Track Tuesday. I don't know who's doing that. They got so many people doing that, I can't keep track. I can't keep track of On Track Tuesday.
When your soul is lonely, sad and blue, ain't got no love and shoulders.
Same bat time, same bat channel. I want to thank everybody for the super chat, super stickers, and the thumbs up. And thank you all for joining the train crew and the two new superintendents here. So thank you very much. So. Okay, Sparky put another link up there for John's shelf layout. Let me see if I can find Humanities. Get him up here. Subscribe. Okay.
So when you feel
H.
There's always the sunny side across the river. Take a ride, take a swim, my friend, and paddle your guitar across the river. You'll be fine. Go counting winners. Slide down the line.
Here's Humanity Junction. He's got T-Track. Go check his out if you want to do some small stuff for an apartment. There you go. Redbird Tony on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Okay, so love a bit of country. Okay, I love it too. If you want, go to Epidemic Sound. You get 30 days free trial. That's where I get all my music here. Let me see if I got a link to this here. Anyway, the link is in the description. That's another link that's kind of hard for me to find. Okay, one more song here and we'll cut this thing off. Same She Said time. Okay. I didn't see Ray here tonight, so we could get on him about his posts. Thank you, Art. we'll stay safe. We'll let this thing run out till the end of this song and we'll call it a night. So, let's see what we got here. Let me get the module cam up here. And I got to turn the light on. There you go. And there's the new part of the layout that I'm working on. Hopefully we'll have that finished up pretty soon. And Sparky says good night. Debbie? Yeah, Debbie's still here. She's watching. She found a new channel to watch. What is it? Something D. What is it, Debbie? Write that down in there. SSW Train Freak 86. Thanks, Tom. Enjoyed my first night here. Glad you can make it. Thank you all for stopping by. We'll see you next